Hi, everybody. I'm Corey Reed, and welcome to the third season of Corey Reed Reads. Now I have three books that I'd like to read it to you. Goodnight Moon by Margaret Wise Brown, illustrated by Clement Hurd. Search for Pirate's Treasure by Jerry Gatson, and Bam Bam Bam, written by the late Eve Merriam and illustrated by Dan Yacarino. Now, this first book called Goodnight Moon. This is a story about all the living rooms come alive. So, come alive, and that book is about bedtime. Getting ready for bed, because that's what that book really means a lot. So, are you ready to read it? Because I am. Let's get started. Goodnight Moon by Margaret Wise Brown. Pictures by Clement Hurd. In the great green room, there was a telephone and a red balloon and a picture of the cow jumping over the moon. And there were three little bears sitting on chairs, and two little kittens, and a pair of mittens, and a little toy house, and a young mouse, and a comb and a brush, and a bowl full of mush, and a quiet old lady who was whispering, "Hush." Good night, room. Good night, moon. Good night, cow jumping over the moon. Good night, light. Good night, and the red balloon. Good night, bears. Good night, chairs. Good night, kittens. Good night, and good night, mittens. Good night, clocks, and good night, socks. Good night, little house, and good night, mouse. Good night, comb, and good night, brush. Good night, nobody. Good night, mush. And good night to the old lady, whispering, "Hush." Good night, stars. Good night, air. Good night, noises everywhere. The end. That was fun. And there's more books that I'd like to read to you. And this is only the beginning. And when we come back on the third season of Corey Reads, I'd like to read a second book, Search for Pirate's Treasure. And later on, I have to recap all three books for today, when the third season of Corey Reads continues after this brief break.